So parents often think that baby proofing starts once the babies start crawling. They're like, oh, they're crawling and now we need to baby proof. But your work kind of said you should start earlier. So what do parents misunderstand most about when danger actually begins?
Yeah, so in my conversations with pediatric ER doctors and our child safety advocates at Consumer Reports, I've come to the conclusion that baby proofing is all about prevention and not reaction. So I baby proofed my house for my own kids when they were smaller and probably waited too long to start. But I would recommend that if you are able, you start as soon as you're ready. As soon as you can even start in pregnancy with some things, which looks like, anchoring heavy furniture or things that are tip over risks for your child. Babies can start reaching for things and grabbing cords as young as 3 months. And so securing those wires and cords early on is helpful so that you're not playing catch up when it comes to your baby's new learned skills and milestones. You want to start having those systems and tools in place before you actually need them so that they're there for you to rely on. And then, of course, it's also about reassessing those strategies because your 4-month-old is going to be very different in terms of what they need protection from as opposed to your 14-month-old or your 4
Mhm.
year old, even. So it doesn't really end, it just changes. And that can get overwhelming to parents. So I put together a room by room and age by age checklist for CR. So it breaks down all of those really helpful habits in like bite sized chunks for parents to look at piece by piece.
And I felt like it definitely did that job in the article. It was really easy to read and kind of take pieces that maybe if you're like, I just want to baby proof the kitchen, or I don't really care about what I need to do with my toddler because I'm so overwhelmed. I want to think about what I want to do with my child at this age. So I really did. I loved the way the article broke everything down easily for parents. So what problems were you seeing kind of over and over again in the real families that you were researching?
Yeah, I mean, parents, of course, have so much on their plates. There's so much to do from morning till night, and baby proofing can feel like just one more thing to add to that ever increasing to do list. So, it's a lot of overwhelm and stress and just feeling, bogged down by all of the tasks that you have to do. So, I want to share with parents that you don't have to baby proof your entire house. Just as you said, you can start with one room and you don't have to do it all at once. I like to help families focus on the highest risk areas first and then assess what they need going forward from there. So start with the room where your baby spends the most time. And that's probably where they're sleeping, the nursery, or whether they're room sharing with you, and making sure that your bedroom is a safe place for a baby or young child. And then every time your child reaches a new milestone, maybe they're starting to pull up to stand, or maybe they're cruising along furniture, then you want to take further action to prevent before you have an issue.